Investing in content agencies or people that create content for your business is actually one of the things that holds back most clients because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know the strategy. They don't know the plan of success. Do this before going to any content agency because they'll promise you the world to make the most beautiful content and the most pretty things for your brand. And what normally happens is it's a complete waste of money. Guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm very excited to be jumping on and doing an episode that is pretty much so important to the success of your campaigns, the success of you moving your business forward. We're going to be going hard in today's episode. We're going to be talking about something that really is one of the most important topics on the market. Now, it is, of course, talking about creating content. Now, creating content is something that so many businesses have a misconception around. Why are we investing all this money in content? Like, what's the actual purpose of it? Now, one of the things that we see so often with all of our clients across the board is that they get this promise by a lot of these agencies, a lot of people that say, get content created, get content created. One of the things that you need to really understand is whether or not the person who's creating the content is just really skilled at making pretty content, or they actually know what kind of content you need to create to start generating money. Now, I don't know you, but as a business owner, anyone that I have ever met that is a successful business really cares a lot more about what the content achieves from a dollar value rather than what the content actually looks like. Now, on occasions, there are brands out there, we get to a stage where we're like, now we need to make our brand fit the market. We want to have a brand voice. Great. But for a lot of people, still, it comes down to if we're going to invest this money, we want to see the return on investment. Now, there's a lot of agencies, especially in Australia, and they've found this loophole of just going, we're going to create pretty content that's fabulous, that looks good, and really that content in a long-term way is only building brand. And it's not bringing any instant financial value back into the business. Now, branding is so important. And so we do align ourselves with a few of these really good content agencies. But one of the things that we find so often is that prior to someone coming and seeing a lead generation specialist or a data management specialist, they've gone and wasted tens of thousands of dollars on pretty content. And what happens is that all of that money that they've invested in pretty content hasn't been tested properly, because the person who's creating the pretty content, that's their skill set. There's no knocking that. They're really good at it, right? But what they're not able to do is put two and two together of the really pretty content versus what's actually driving results into the vision of the business. So as at Earng Media, like what we've gotten really good at is being able to look at the results of the content and compare. Firstly, we go to market very quickly with what we call either ugly ads or get it done ads. Like it's get something to market and start testing for results. I am far more favorable on getting momentum started from a sales point of view rather than this whole let's get the brand to be pretty. Because at the end of the day, a pretty brand doesn't pay the bills. And for a lot of our clients who spend $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month on Facebook advertisements, they are only doing that because last month yielded a high return. The month before that yielded a high return. They know by investing in the right content that fits conversion, that's going to get them the results and growth from a financial metric. So when we talk about content, what do we mean? Like, is it promo videos? Is it pretty videos? Is it, testimonials? It's actually the strategy behind it. It's the campaign, it's the offer, it's the way that it's delivered that's important, right? So when we go and sit with a content agency, and one of the reasons why we're so hell-bent on being very firm about this is that you go and sit with the content agency and they go, yeah, we'll help you create this promo. We'll make it look pretty. We'll get all the drones. We'll do this. We'll do that. And before you know it, you're $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, for a lot of our clients, $50,000, $60,000 invested into a promo that isn't actually working out an A/B testing on a very large scale what's driving results. Now, the approach we've taken with content, and we've refined this over, multiple hundreds of clients coming through and working with us from a lead gen point of view. So not just clients coming and saying, hey, create content. It's like clients that are coming and saying, hey, we want to generate sales. We want to generate results. And then we reverse engineer the content based on the data that's already running through the business, right? So there's a slight difference. Now, we can go and create the exact same high quality promos and drones and all that, because we have so many videographers across Australia, we have content creators that we can go and source and create that same stuff. But what we normally do is we look at creating a diversity. Most of our clients, when they start working with us, we're initially creating 30, 40, 50 pieces of content to go live on advertisement from day one. Now, what we're doing with that really deep breakdown is we're taking every aspect of a video and multiple videos, and we're editing it 10, 15 different ways so that we can actually test what's going to trigger action takers into the campaign. Now, this is the difference when you go and spend $5,000, $10,000 on one video, one campaign, and they go, we're going to create this one promo and it's going to be amazing. If that promo doesn't hit, by the way, which happens more times than not, you're not seeing the return on investment. You've invested the $10,000 in the promo and you're not seeing a return. And that's the story for most content agencies. The thing that they get to hide behind is that the content looks pretty, where they did their job. They did their job because their job is to make content look good. Their job is not to get results though. And so when you're going out and you're working with content agencies or people that create videos and promos, the interesting thing is that most of the time, their metric of success is to make it look pretty, not to generate you sales. And that's a key differentiation on what a lead generation approach has and a sales conversion approach has to content. So when we sit down and start working with someone, we'll map out the funnel, we'll map out the ideal client, we'll map out the database first, and then we go and create all of the angles of content. So we might go and create 10 or 15 different promo scripts. From those 10 to 15 different promo scripts, we will averagely shoot those promos with AI actors to start off with, so we can get to market very quickly. We'll also then go and hire 3 to 4 different actors. We'll get them to read all 10 to 15 scripts. You do the simple maths on it. If we have 4 actors and they all read all 10 scripts, we've now got 40 scripts. We go and get them to read it in 2 to 3 locations. So now we're sitting with over 100, 120 different pieces of footage that we can put together for our promo. Now, when we start to look at that testing, our editors are able to bounce around with over 100 different variations of creative to put live on the ads. Now, that's just before we even look at styles of editing. We can have styles of editing where we speed up their voice and they talk really fast. We can have styles of edits where it's really slow. We can have style of edits where it's the same actor the entire time through the footage. And we can also have styles of edit where it switches between actors the whole time. Now, an entire production like that still costs less than hiring one actor and doing one content agency on a one promo day. Most content production agencies, if you go and reach out to them, they'll quote you between $3,000, $5,000 and $10,000 for a very basic promo. Now, we can create the exact same thing on a mass scale, and by the time we finish the same sort of quality of video at the end, we might have 25, 30 finalized edits to test on our ads. Now, you can start to see why we take this approach of volume testing. It's actually costing less than what most agencies will charge you, but you're able to almost guarantee a result in terms of a sale or a financial return on the ads. Now, that's what we want to look at when it comes to creating content and making sure that we've got content that's going to generate sales for our business. It's actually the most important thing at any stage of the business. Now, we talk a lot about social media and having social posts out and amazing content on our socials. We still have clients that don't post on socials. They spend $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month on advertising and they don't post on socials. They've got very limited website activity. Now, the reason for that is depending on the industry, but it's not a necessity. They generate an inquiry through a very targeted ad which is a paid ad, and then someone comes into the CRM and you call them, they jump on with the sales team and they sell them, or they jump on the website and they purchase instantly. So where does social media come in? Where do content agencies come in? They are no more, a content agency is no more than a vanity metric to make our social medias look good and to help improve conversion rate of an existing system that's built. If you don't have appointments being set in your business, you don't have sales momentum right now in your business, investing in a content agency is actually the worst thing that you can do, because all they're going to do is help create content that helps increase conversion rate. If you've not got momentum coming through the business, conversion rate isn't a high metric to start looking at. What we need to start with is creating that volume. And as I said to you, that volume comes into Earng Media's stage 1. And if you jump on and talk to our team, stage 1 is basically where we audit your entire business first. We create the system of managing data and create the system for you to start selling from. So all of the stages that your sales team will need to start selling from. And then we create a very targeted campaign that generates you inquiries. After that is flowing and that is getting you success and you're actually making money off of the money you're spending, then we go and refine the content and we make the content prettier, better. But we only do that and we only waste that time and money in creating better content once you've proven that the initial content that was there is actually generating sales. All right. Now, guys, you might wonder why I'm so firm about this. Why am I so passionate about it? It's because I've had so many people come to us as clients that say, I've just spent $10,000, $15,000 and I got this one promo made, or I got these 2 promos made and 5 photos of our business and it looks amazing. And you go, like, you're not even at the starting point of being able to get success from a data and a sales point of view, or from a marketing and a paid ads point of view. This video is actually pointless because it's one thing to test. Our average client runs with about 85 to 95 pieces of content live on advertisement at any given time, right? Each month we're testing around that in new styles of variations, copies, and running that kind of ad. If you're going to a market and they're charging you $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 to create a few pieces of content, you're failing your own business. You're actually setting yourself up for failure. Now, these people, it's okay, because these people, that's their business model. They've got to make money, right? We work with a few really good content agencies. I hear horror stories from others, and the horror stories are normally that they're so dedicated on creating stuff that looks pretty or that just makes the brand stand out that they're not actually creating anything that's actually of substance to create conversions, okay? So just be really conscious of it when you're moving forward and you're investing in any sort of content or any sort of marketing. Really get to the bottom line of what the metric of success is. Every time you talk to our team, you talk to our sales team, we don't care what the content looks like. I don't care if it's the ugliest ad that we have ever seen. I care about whether or not it creates enough of a momentum to get someone in the door to talk to the sales team and start converting. Now, for a lot of our bigger clients, the ads that they run don't incorporate branding whatsoever. They incorporate a pain and the ideal line for a solution. Like, they show the roadmap for the solution and that's the content. Now, some of the content that we create is so ugly. And that's an interesting thing, because we don't promote that very often. Because think of it, we are a business as well. People in their head think that you have to have pretty amazing content to be able to get success from it. So we don't promote this ugly ad idea as being the forefront of paid media success. But when you break it down, why it works is because it stands out away from all of the competition. If I am a graphic designer, I'm a video editor, I'm let's say a content agency, my job is actually to get you to make content that looks pretty. Because if I'm investing $10,000, I'd want some pretty damn good content off the back of it, wouldn't you? Right? So the limitation here is that they're actually doing what you're asking by creating the content to be pretty. The difference with what we do is our job's to get your data and your sales system built and have a funnel that's succeeding. So for us, we're going to create high quality content. We're going to create mid-tier content, and we're going to create content that we're probably even sometimes a little bit embarrassed to put out there. And I can tell you out of, around, let's say, have a think. I would say a good 35 to 40% of the clients that we work with, so over 60 to 70 clients, most of what they run that gets the best results is very simple and very plain and very ugly. It's not the stuff that we look at and we go, damn, that's the best world-class content. What the stuff that they run is the stuff that's very direct, very simple, and it speaks to who's having that problem. And that's it. Marketing is really simple. It is a direct contact sport. If I put a very direct offer out there, I will get very direct inquiries. They'll want exactly what I have. One of the best things that we can do is actually keep everything around the content as simple and straightforward as possible. Test as much volume as you can, get that data back, and keep refining it. If you actually work with us as an agency, we actually create around, as a minimum, 5 videos fresh every single month for your campaigns. As a minimum, right? That's included in our base campaigns. And then we create 20 to 30 brand new graphic designs every single month to put out on your ads. Now, the reason for that is because that refinement process keeps improving, right? Our biggest team here at Earng Media is content creators. We have a lot of video editors, we have a lot of graphic designers. And the reason for that is that they're analyzing the content and the success rates of that content on a frequent basis. They're told not to make things look pretty if it doesn't need to be. If it's not going to get the result, try everything, test everything. And that's where success comes from. So if you are interested in finding out how this works a little bit more, and you want to know about how content that converts and content like managing the data side of content and why that's more important than just going and creating a bunch of branded social posts and a bunch of stuff out there, and why that actually works better for people, then what you should really do is sit down with some of our team and start strategizing how your content can actually be refined and how your funnel and momentum in the business can be refined. The key thing, guys, is that we want to make sure that every business has momentum and sales driving first. Before you start any other types of marketing, before you start email, SEO, Google, or even social posting, you want to drive a system that generates sales very quickly. Most of the businesses that we work with, and I assure you, a lot of them don't have any social posts, don't have any social media pages even made before they start working with us. The ones that do, fantastic. They normally get results very quickly because they've got that conversion metric right there. But when we talk about a strategic investment strategy, we wouldn't go and invest in the last step of the process before we've even got success from the first step. Right. So when, that's like the simplest way to put it is stop investing in the thing that doesn't matter for 12 months, 24 months. Start investing in the thing that does matter. Now, most people don't talk about this because a lot of agencies, a lot of content agencies, a lot of the people you listen to, their bread and butter, how they make money is by getting you to invest in this kind of stuff. So if it's a vanity metric, they're going to build their sales process, and they're good at it. They're going to build their sales process to make you feel that it matters. And that's okay. But as an educated business owner, you always want to be thinking about what's the metric of managing data and getting better sales. Because at the end of the day, we're in business to make money. We're in business to grow our business. We're not in business to make people think we're succeeding, make people think our business is pretty. We're in business to make money. So stop listening to the people you don't need to listen to. Stop clouding your head with this ideology that people aren't doing business because you don't have the flawless promo out there. People aren't doing business with you because your offer isn't clear enough and the ad wasn't directly speaking to them, or you're generating inquiries and your sales team is just not being able to cut through to them to take action. The number 2 reasons why we see stuff and companies don't work when they're running their own marketing. The first one is they haven't built an offer that actually speaks to anyone. It's very unclear what the outcome is. And the second reason is that the sales team can't convert the conversations. They can't flow the conversations into the right direction, and they can't trial close and get people into actually securing them into a sale. So what we want to do is look at those two things first in our business. And once we've looked at those two things, we should start to identify momentum. We should start to get sales. We should start to get success. You'll see the bank account grow for the business. That's success. And when that's happening, you can start investing all of those vanity metrics that make people think the business is more beautiful, that makes the business look more successful. And that's the truth behind really successful outcome-driven marketing. So guys, I hope today's episode was helpful. It's something that I'm so passionate about. I'm so cutthroat about because I'm just so tired of hearing and seeing people out there in the market lie to your face about all of the stuff you need. You need to make your business this, you need to make content that's pretty, you need to do this, when realistically, there's no success that's massively generated by the stuff they're doing for you. So guys, I'm very, very blunt about it. I'm very straightforward, but if you do want to find out more about this, please listen to more episodes of the podcast. Otherwise, guys, jump onto our Facebook group. We'll have the link down in the description. We are starting to go live on Facebook. We're putting out a lot more content there as well into our Facebook group and community, and love to have you guys engage there. If you want any written assets, anything that's going to help you move the business forward, we have just started posting onto our website as well. And we are posting blogs regularly around tips and tricks around cash flow, marketing, sales, and just improving the business as a whole. And it's going to help you basically move the business forward. But otherwise, if you are interested in finding out and getting some momentum built for your business and actually create a funnel, create a successful selling system, then click the link around the video, jump on our website, book in a call with our sales team. And I look forward to being able to help you build and start getting some real momentum for your business. Thanks so much for listening, and see you in the next episode.